Hi, welcome to a fresh video here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Jack Ison. And as I say that, it's interesting because this is a video that's been a long time coming. Now, if you recall way back when, I'm talking 2024, we actually saw Jack Ison train with the Carlton senior group. If you recall some of the training footage, he was wearing the 42 for the majority of the time. I still remember a session down at Latrobe in Bundoora, and I remember talking about him briefly. I remember him standing out. I remember thinking, well, he can match it with the big boys at the level, even though it was pre-season training. And he is an academy prospect for the Carlton Football Club from the metropolitan area, which is a rare thing for Carlton, and he's someone that's been on the radar for quite some time now. And so we are now at a point where he has performed well enough and developed well enough that he is well and truly on the radar for the Carlton Football Club, so much so that we may see him officially in the Navy Blue in a few weeks' time in the 2025 National Draft. So what I want to do is I want to go through what there is to know about Jack Ison, done some digging online. I've gone back and I've found all the little bits and pieces from throughout the year to put together a bit of a profile around Jack Ison. And at the end of this video, you can chat below and tell me what you know about him, if you know anything about him, and what you think about him based on what you've seen. So maybe we'll start with who is Jack Ison. So born on the 26th of February 2007, this is a highly touted prospect through the Next Generation Academy for the Carlton Football Club, as I said. He plays with the Oakley Chargers in the Coates Talent League and has also represented Vic Metro in the Under-18 National Championships. He's about 191 centimetres or 6'3"-ish, according to the draft profiles around him. Talking about a versatile player who fits in that mid-forward slot. There are references all throughout the player profiles online regarding his elite kicking. He's a left footer. I'll read you out a profile from Kevin Sheehan, who is one of the AFL's talent managers. He's a lovely size. He's quick. He uses it well. Now, this is from the 29th of April, 2025, from Kevin Sheehan. He's described him as a left-footed inside midfielder forward who showed a few thin slices of his elite AFL traits during his only match of the Under-16 National Championships in 2023 before injury ruled him out of the remainder of the tournament. A quick and skillful player, he again put his class on display for Vic Metro in an Under-17 match against Queensland last year, logging 16 disposals and 9 marks. He also impressed with his speed and ball use for the team Sloane in the Under-17 Futures match last September, recording 14 disposals and 3 tackles. Ison played 7 matches for the Chargers in the Coates Talent League last year, averaging 13 disposals, but looked to have enormous scope for rapid improvement. A member of Carlton's Next Generation Academy program, given his Indigenous heritage, injury sidelined him for the start of 2025, but has now returned to play. So his forward half IQ and his versatility seem to be the highlights of his game. He also finished his 2025 season very strongly. And a little bit more about him. This is from Rookie Me, and they've described him as follows. The Carlton NGA prospect is also accustomed to executing inboard passes and exhibits great poise in possession. Whether stepping through traffic or biding time to find the right option, Ison has a great radar to pick apart opposition defenses. His agility lends to that kind of play, able to stop and prop before making his decision. He often makes the right choice too. While he's settled as a midfielder forward, Ison can play in just about any position. His ball use and height are dangerous at either end of the ground, while he has found the goals quite regularly. Ison is also clean on the inside, where his size is difficult to combat. In the latter part of the season, he proved he could provide a physical presence on ball and applied himself well, with an average of 4.5 tackles per game. His knack for scoring from forward 50 stoppages was another handy asset. He offers great balance in that sense, able to get it done at the source while continually providing a threat with time and space on the outside. Ison found his way out of the Vic Metro side for their third game against the Allies, partly due to work rate. His endeavour and willingness to cover ground improves substantially after that point, leading to more consistent, high production games. So that's an interesting subplot there. So we know a bit about his injury history, given his 2023 and 2024 seasons, and then also his preseason in 2025. Then he struggled with a bit of form this year for one game, went back, worked at it, got back into the team. And some of the areas of improvement that have been noted here, they center around his ground ball game, his work rate, his consistency throughout games, and his ability to stay consistent in high pressure moments. He has a very interesting link, as you can see here, with Jagger Smith and Cooper Lord. And on the 6th of August, we saw him getting a little bit of buzz given the form that he was displaying at the under-18s level on Gettable.
Jack Ison is getting a lot of buzz out of their NGA system as well. Clubs think he could potentially muscle his way into top 20, top 30 calculations by season's end, playing some really good school footy at the moment. A 190cm forward who can kick the footy. That's his asset. So yeah, a lot of buzz around Jack Ison at the moment.
I spoke with Pommy about him in the draft preview, and this is what the summary was from Pommy.
Ison, I think you've got to take Ison mid-forward, very underrated. He's played more school football this year than he did anywhere else. Now, most people, the uneducated among us, will say, oh, it's because he's got a scholarship. The sinister who have watched the draft for a long time will say Carlton put a little bit of pressure to try and limit his exposure, which has worked incredibly well. But he's very exciting, Jack Ison. Do you remember when people used to think Brodie Kemp was a midfielder? And it was like the most mental thing ever because he played a little bit of midfield to gain some exposure. And it turned out he's exactly what he was drafted as, a forward, ironically. Jack Ison is what people misassumed and misappropriated Brodie Kemp with. He's that oversized guy that can play in the midfield, burst forward, an elite kick. Has to be said, his kick and his footy IQ are another level. If you go and watch his games, a lot of them available. I would implore everyone at home to download the NAB app, the NAB Tots Talent League app, and the AFL Ready to Play footy app. It's a big green thing called AFL Play. You'll be able to watch the highlights of every game. Go and watch any Oakley Chargers game this year. Go and watch the Metro games. His link-up play is really, really strong. And he's definitely the type of player that you want at Carlton Football Club. Definitely want to see it. So look out for him. I think if he played the full year, we'll be talking top 20.
And so putting that all together, the time has come. Jack Ison. It's going to be very interesting come draft night, where he lands, where it all lands, what the situation is. But I think if Jack is able to find himself at the Carlton Football Club and continue developing and hopefully become a reliable, consistent contributor at the senior level, this will be a really positive step forward, not only for Carlton, but more so for the academy and the development. You know, this is a player that's had a lot of time put into him by the club. He's shown some good traits, and now, I mean, it's a bit of an unknown at this point whether or not any of these guys are going to make it, but hopefully this is a positive story that we can look back on in a couple of years' time and say we followed the journey of Jack Ison all the way from when he was wearing the number 42 at preseason training, and we're asking who is that kid, all the way through to hopefully playing in a premiership side for the Carlton Football Club. So what stands out to you from what you've seen in this video? Let's chat about it in the comments below.